Hello, happy Monday. Hello, happy Monday, everyone. Today is can y'all hear me out there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Today is Monday Awareness. I'll be sharing about Women's Health Month. Today is Monday Awareness. I'll be sharing about. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Can y'all see me? There's something going on with my camera. I don't know what it is. But today I'll be sharing about Women Health Month. I don't know why. I was trying to get on camera. I'm trying to see, is my camera blocked or what? Let me see what's going on. Hey, Terry, good to see you. I see you got your package. That was great. Hey, here, happy Monday. Welcome back to my channel, Georgia Girl, Everywoman Wellness, and more. Today I'll be sharing some information, and I want to put this disclaimer out here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose anyone. I'm just putting out commentary. May is Women Health Awareness Month. And if you've been following me for the last, 4 years at the most, you know that I do share information about different topics when it comes down to awareness. But I'm not here to judge no one. I'm just only here to share for commentary. And you can also do your own research and you can follow along with me. But this today kick off Women Health Week. So y'all will be seeing me sharing different things. I'll be sharing some things about mental health, fibromyalgia, different things like that all month. So, hey Terry, I see you say you got your cup. Did you do a video or something? I'm glad you got it. I knew you should have been and got it between today or tomorrow. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. I had a good day. The kids had took me out to eat. Everything was great. Everything was great. And like I said, I thank God for his grace and mercy. A lot of people didn't get a chance to be with their moms. I'm thankful that my mom was still here with me. But, like I said, the ones that didn't have their mothers with them, my prayers went out to you all. Um, but today I'm going to get into my commentary. I'll be talking about at least two sections of this live. The first part of the live, I'll be sharing about the history. I'm going to share the history of women's health. And then we're going to get into trying to put some background back here. I'm going to put some, then I'll be sharing about menopause. Oh, okay. I'm glad you like it. Well, that's great. You can drink you some coffee or tea, or you can water, whatever you like. So now you got you a cup and a mug. I mean, you got you a mug and a water bottle. I was trying to put some background back here. It won't let me put no background back there. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, I'm gonna get into maybe I put my green screen up. Probably put my green screen up. Hold on. But I'm gonna get into my commentary. If you're coming in the chat, please be respectful in the chat. Um, I don't mind people being in the chat, but as long as you respect me as the host and you respect to get anybody that is in the chat. But today I will get into women's health. This is what I choose to share on my channel because I think our health is important. And by me going and having my real life experiences, I just like to share about different topics when it come down to our wellness. Um, First thing we're going to get into, let me try to get a background up here. I got my green screen up. Trying to put a background in the back here. So what did you do yesterday? Did you, I know your mom no longer with you, but you was with your sister, your aunt, did you wish them happy Mother's Day, Terry? Did you visit your mom's grave? I know a lot of people visit their mom's grave and things like that. And they did shout outs, I don't know why my green screen, I don't know why the background won't come in. Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Now I got to get on camera. Hold up, y'all. Trying to get on camera. Trying to get myself situated here. Let's see. All right. That's the best they're going to do, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to get into my commentary. Today, I'll be talking about women health. And next month is men health. So I will be sharing some information about men health next month. So getting into my commentary today, this is what I'm sharing today. You can read along with me as I present what I'll be talking about today. Let me see. Can y'all see or can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, put a thumbs in the chat. May is Women Health Month, so I'm just sharing some information for educational purposes only. And this is coming from me. This is my work. I mean, I did the research. I cropped and printed everything out so that you can read along with me. Hey, James, how are you doing? Happy Monday. I hope you have a good week. Today I'm sharing about Women's Health Month. If you can hear me in the chat, put a thumbs up. May is Women Health Awareness Month. And Women Health Month, also known as Women Health Awareness Month, was established by the United States Congress in 1989. This month-long observance is designed to raise awareness about women's health issues and encourage them to patronize their well-being. And over here, I like to try to motivate and encourage because someone had to encourage me and kept me motivated when I'm dealing with my health issues. So that's what my channel is basically about: inspiration, motivation, wellness awareness. I do entertainment, I do meal preps. So over here, you might get a little everything, but it always going to be positive. I'm here to uplift and not tear down. So this is when women health awareness was established in 1989. Anytime they acknowledge any type of awareness, they have to take it through Congress. We know a lot of things are going on in Congress and the new administration now. I'm not getting into it, but praying, hopefully they do the right by the people. Because some people are out here suffering. They're not sure they're going to have health care. They're not sure they're going to even continue to get their income. It's just like right now, we don't know what's going to happen, but we just got to keep on praying and ask God to continue to give us the strength to be able to deal with this administration for the next 4 years. Okay, getting into my commentary. And if you're able to share me out, share me out. Um, okay, hold on. So I will get into some facts about women health. Like I said, May is Women Health Awareness Month. Here are 7 important facts everyone should know. And this is an article was written in May of 2024, and it's by Bachelor Brothers Funeral Service. And these are just some facts about women health. And I will read them off, and I will be showing them as I read them. And I would also like to shout out my members. I would like to shout out everybody that support me and has supported me through this YouTube journey. Just putting out some disclaimers right here. Like I said, a lot of people don't like to hear things about this. So, it's up to you if you want to come in to make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hope everybody's have had a good day so far. So I'm fixing to get into a series of questions and facts about women health. I read that right there. Let's see what I got up here. In recognition of Women Health Awareness Month, let's explore the complex landscapes. In recognition of Women Health Awareness Month, let's explore the complex landscape of surrounding women health and advocacy. I am an advocate for thyroid cancer awareness. I don't know if y'all seen my shirt. I am a survivor. This shirt I made here is when I was survived for 6 years. This year gonna make 8 years. I do a lot of awareness shirts over here. I do shirts from mental health, breast cancer awareness. I have prostate, um, fibromyalgia shirts. I do different types of awareness. So if anybody wants to get any awareness shirt, just let me know. If you want to check out my online boutique, it's Georgia Girl Everywoman Boutique. I'm with Spread Shop. So getting into my commentary. Let's see. They said recognition of Women Awareness Month. Let's explore the complex landscape surrounding women health and advocacy. So I will be reading 7 facts about women's health. Then I'm gonna get into menopause and what causes menopause and what are some of the how you can cope with menopause. Come in the chat if you want to come in. You don't have to be in the bushes. I don't expect for people to. There might be a few people peeping in, might be a few to come in, but I guess this is considered to be not a lot of people cup of tea. I guess knowing about your body and learning things about your body is not important to some people. The only thing I do as a YouTube creator, I don't let that um, stop me from sharing my content because I know if you're not in my chat, you probably watch my replay. So if you're watching the replay, I would thank you for that. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So, in recognition of Women Health Awareness Month, let's explore the complex landscape surrounding women's health and advocacy. May is Women Health Awareness Month, dedicated to shining a spotlight on unique health needs and challenges faced by women worldwide. This focus is crucial because women often encounter specific health that require attention and proactive care. By raising awareness and providing essential information, we can empower females of all ages to patronize their well being, ultimately leading to happier and healthier lives. Let's recognize this important occasion by examining 7 key facts everyone should know about women's health. And that is my goal over here to keep myself motivated, keep educating myself about different health issues as a woman that we're faced with. I'm 56 years old, and I mean, wow, the past what 7, 8 years, I have been through a lot. I have been through different health issues, but I do thank God that I'm still here. And I try to keep myself educated on a lot of things that I have to face with. But I thank God that He continued to give me the strength to keep going. So I'm going to get into the 7 facts about mental health. I'm trying to find number 1. I just went. I didn't go YouTube direct. I see that people don't come in when you just go straight through StreamYard. I noticed that, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. I still talk with the zero up there. Okay, I'm sharing 7 facts about women's health. These are just for educational, entertainment purposes only. I'm not here to diagnose anyone. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to tell anyone what they should do with their health. Only you know what your body go through, what you face every day. Because everybody's body is not alike. Only thing I do is try to encourage, keep myself encouraged, and I use my platform as a tool to try to encourage others. Number 1, regular health screening are essential. In addition, you can read along if you're in the bushes or whatever, if you're in the chat. In addition to routine physical exams, women should patronize regular health screening to detect potential health issues early. This includes screening for breast cancer, cervical cancer, and osteoporosis. Mammograms, pap smears, and bone density tests are crucial for maintaining optimal health. That's what number 1 is saying. Get your checkups from your physical exam to your breast exams to your screening for cervical cancer, any type of osteoporosis that's considered bone health. You know, after you get a certain age, I think you start getting your mammograms at 40. Yeah, you get your mammograms at 40. I'm not sure what age you have to be to get your cervical screening. I'm sure if you having any kind of problem with that area, that that what with your ovaries or anything like that, they probably would suggest getting that test done. Let's see. So it's important to get those mammograms. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I will be having shirts. I'll start advertising those early. But if you want to get one before October, if you want to honor someone that have had breast cancer or dealing with breast cancer, I do have those shirts available. It's important to get those tests done because early detection does save lives. I was glad that I listened to my body. I listened to God. And I also listened to that doctor when she first told me to go to the doctor and check out that lump on my neck. I'm glad I didn't ignore it. I'm glad I had a good support system. It's good to have a good support system when you're going through these type of things. You shouldn't have to go through them alone. But if you do, just talk to God about your problems. You probably don't realize that He's there to help and help provide and help listen. And just talk to Him. If you don't have anybody else to talk to God or share with someone. You can call. There are lots of numbers where you can call and get support online if you're going through any type of these things alone. Um, just always remember that you're not alone. There's somebody out there probably going through some of the similar things that you are going through. Since I have been on your YouTube, I have met some amazing people along the way. I have heard some of their testimonies. I have heard some of their journeys and some of the things they have went through and they have overcome. Just know God is still in charge. With me having my own issues and the things that I have experienced and I have shared um, with my chat, I'm here to tell you that God is a way maker. But we're getting to number two. Number one, just talking about the physical screenings and things you need to get done. A lot of people wait until something happened before they go to the doctor. If you're getting your regular checkups and if you're going, to your monthly checkups, or some doctors have you going every 3 months. If you have to get blood work, they set time for that to happen. Like for me, I go get my blood work. If there's nothing else coming up, I just see my primary doctor every 3 months. But I'm going to specialists for my joints. I have to go to a rheumatologist. I go to a pain center also. So I have different doctors for different things that I deal with, thyroid doctor, things like that. Um, and I try to go to my appointments. I try not to miss them because you never know. If you didn't go to your appointment, you wouldn't know what be going on. So don't wait until that lump get real big up under your arm or on your breast or on your neck. Don't think sometimes we look at little knots and bumps and little things on our body. We like, oh, it ain't nothing but a pimple, or you might say it'll probably go away. But sometimes it's not good to ignore things like that. If you got something growing on you that you haven't had on your neck, or you see something on your breast, or if you feel something in your private area, don't hesitate to go to the doctor because you never know what those things are. So we're going to get into number two. I'm just reading 7 facts about women health. Okay. Number two, heart disease is the leading cause of death among women. Did y'all know that Heart disease is the leading cause among women. Yeah, next month will be men's health. So I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be doing the same thing. I hope you're enjoying your cup. Y'all don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel through membership or any other way, it's all up to you. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be sharing for next month. Next month is men. Next month is also Father's Day month, and it also Men Health Month. I don't discriminate over here. I share all the way around the board. I share anything from bullying, from mental health to women's health to men health, children. I share about it all. It ain't just a particular topic. I try to share awareness every month on different topics. What they have this month, it's a lot of days they honor in May. It's like 150 some awareness they have. So I just picked through some that I'm gonna be sharing information, whether I do a live stream or a short. I'll be just putting out some awareness, just probably some information, but you can also do your own research. Okay, we're gonna get into number 2. Heart disease is the leading cause of women. A lot of people probably didn't know that, but it is. Contrary to popular belief, heart disease is not just a man issue. In fact, it is the leading cause of death symptoms of heart disease. It is the leading cause of death among women worldwide. Recognize the symptoms of heart disease such as chest pain, shortness of breath, and fatigue is a vital for early intervention and prevention. In addition, it is important to note that women may present different symptoms than men, including dizziness, indigestion, and nausea. Because that day when I was having chest pain, I never had that feeling before. And so, matter of fact, I was at the doctor office when I was having chest pain. And I told my kids, I told my family, I never felt that way before. You know, sometimes we get interjection confused with chest pain. Hey, how are you doing? There go one of my troopers. Good to see you. How your Monday going? Good to see you. I'm just talking about women's health. I'm just going over 7 facts about women's health. Because May is Women Health Awareness. And like I said over here, I talk about wellness because of some of the things that I have overcome. And I find it's very helpful to others that also have that's gone through some things. So I choose my platform to try to uplift, share things that I think that would be helpful to someone else. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I had a good Mother's Day. It was awesome. I ate a lot. So today I've been chilling. I've been eating light today. I've been eating light today. I got myself on a 14-day challenge, and I'm gonna be eating a lot of light stuff for the next 14 days. I have did it before. It's just like I'm challenging myself to eat more fiber and try to eat right. Sometimes you have to do what's best for you. Everybody's body is different, and I had to just come to grip with some of the things that I had to do for myself. Yeah. But yeah, I was talking about 7, right here is 7 facts about women's health. I'm gonna ask you a question while you're in the chat series. Do you like going and get your checkups? Do you get your checkups like your mammogram? Well, I don't know how old you is, but do you get your pap smears, your physicals, and stuff like that? Or you wait until something happened? And I was saying it's not good to wait until something happened it's best to have those checkups anyway. When I found out I had thyroid cancer, I knew I was having some issues years before I was diagnosed because I was going to the doctor. I'm just saying, don't wait until something happened in order to take care of your problem. If you're dealing with some things like, you're having chest pain, you're finding knots on your body, or you feel, that something is just not right with you, don't hesitate to go get yourself checked out. A lot of us be like, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna see how it's gonna be today. And sometimes you mess around and wait too late. That, in other words, what I'm saying, early detection does save lives. And I was just reading some facts about 7 facts about women. Heart disease is the number one of the leading cause of women's death. And that day when I was having chest pain, I know I'd never felt that way before. Sometimes we confuse chest pains with gas. And that gas, I tell you, that gas make you feel like you finna have a heart attack. If you have build up gas in your chest, sometimes it be in your back. But let's not confuse gas pain with chest pain. There is a difference, but it's similar. But that day I was having chest pain. I knew that wasn't no acid reflux. I knew it wasn't no gas. I was actually having chest pains. And I found out it was coming from my esophagus because of the food. Cause I was getting where I couldn't swallow my food. And that's why I went on and got that procedure done. But I started getting the signs. When you start getting signs about different things going on with your body, don't hesitate. I'm not here to tell you to go to the doctor, but you have to use your own judgment when it comes down to your health. Because everybody's body is not the same. We all have different issues. What I go through or what somebody else go through, it might be totally different. So I always say, get yourself checked out. Don't wait until you go into falling out and dizzy spells and things like that. Because I know when my blood pressure had went up that time over 200, I knew I was stressed, and I had to stop stressing. Because they told me, they said, look, you're going to end up in the hospital if you keep on stressing. So I was able to get my blood pressure down good. It's not, it's doing what it's supposed to do because I'm taking my medicine. I make sure I take my medication. I'm not stressing about if I'm human, but I try not to stress about a whole lot of stuff because it's not good for your health. You didn't know that? I thought breast cancer was. No, it's up under there now. It's in there. But heart disease is the number one leading cause among women. Jolly girl, he's talking about the famous Ben Franklin quote: "An ounce of prevention is a worth a pound of cure." Okay, yes. Some of us wait until they, like if you think you got a bump, right? I'm just gonna say, for instance, like my husband had something like a cyst, and at first it looked like a little bump, right? We thinking it's just a hair bump, or how sometimes you get those little bumps on your skin, but it started growing. And I told my husband, I was, you can't bust that. And when he went to the doctor, they told him it was a cyst. And y'all know it had got so big. And those things will grow, and it can turn to cancer if you don't get it seed out. So my husband, he didn't used to like to go to the doctor. He didn't like to go to the doctor either. But when he started having blood pressure problem and all that stuff was going on, and he see some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that I'm overcoming, he go on to the doctor whether he want to go or not. I mean, so you better go on out there, let them folks check that thing. Okay, that's what I do over here, series. I mean, a lot of people come in and hang around, but A lot of people don't like this kind of commentary. They rather hear people gossiping about this and that. I mean, yeah, I have fun. I talk about uh what's going on in the news, but I don't get into people personal business. I don't know what they doing in their bedroom because it's not my business. I try not to get into who on who channel, who don't come to my channel. I just come on when God give me the strength to speak. I come on up and share what I'm able to do. I can't worry about the next YouTube creator. I wish them all well. I hope they all succeed. No. Um Rosie girl, you're talking about the famous. Okay. But yes, right here, I try to acknowledge the awareness of each month. I've been doing this since I've been on YouTube, but now since I'm able to do my own research and read about things myself, I just share it with my chat, share about tips and awareness and but I'm not here to diagnose no one. I don't diagnose no one. I try not to give nobody no advice about any medical problem. If you having a problem, like I said, you can either talk to God about your problem. You talk to your physician, and if that doctor don't give you the answers you need, that's why it's best to get second opinions. Cause when them folks were diagnosing me, I swore they didn't know what they were talking about. I had to get like another doctor. They had to go back and get the pilot, the tests and let them look over them again to make sure they saw what they saw. I'm like, are y'all telling me the truth? Because you question those things. Because like I said, sometimes you could be feeling healthy on the outside, but deep down, it probably something going on with you. And then a lot of people don't go get themselves checked out until it's too late. So if you schedule for a mammogram, I think you got to be 40, at least 40 to get a mammogram. That's when you start getting mammograms when you get 40. And there's a lot of tests required for you to get when you turn a certain age. It's like when you get those colonoscopies. You have to be a certain age to get a colonoscopy. You have to be a certain age to do those things. But women, since I'm talking about women health this month, women, get our checkups, get our breast checkups, get our pap smear, get all those things done. Cause everybody's body is not the same. Everybody is not experiencing the same thing other women experience. So I just read to y'all 2 facts. Make sure you get your checkups. And number 2, I was just sharing about the heart disease. And like I said, we get those chest pain mixed up with gas and interjection and anxiety. Because I do have anxiety disorder, but I've been doing good. I've been doing so good. I still take my medication because my goal for me to make sure I feel better. I'm not doing that for no one else. I'm doing something to make me feel better. I'm the one have to be going through all these emotional, these shortness of breath, can't breathe, and all this. And I don't like that feeling. That's not a good feeling. So I try not to get myself overwhelmed by stuff. Uh, if it's something I don't want to do or something I don't like, I just don't do it. I don't do it. I don't try to put myself in a position where I think it's gonna hurt me mentally or physically. So I'm fixing to get into number 3. I did put these inside my StreamYard box so I can read them off. So number 3, we're talking about mental health. May is also mental health month. These are some facts about women's health. And they still apply to men, but these since it's women month, they just characterize what women going, some of the things that women be going through. Also, mental health is important. Health extends beyond the physical. Women are most likely than men to experience mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety. They're saying that women, this from studies and articles and research, it said that women are most likely to have to deal with depression and anxiety, which men do deal with both of these, but it's just the statistics of what they're saying about women. It is essential to patronize mental well-being and seek support when needed. Therapy support groups and self-care practices can all contribute to a better mental health. I like talking about self-care. I like to do things for self-care. Anything to help my mental health. When you hear something about mental health, people think that they might say they think mental health mean like you're crazy. That is not what mental health means. Everyone have mental health. Everyone go through mental health, physical and emotionally. It don't mean that when they try to put it where people going through mental health or depression or anxiety, somebody have some type of mental health going on with them every day. So people shouldn't label people if they say they're going through anxiety or depression or PSTD or whatever uh, you're going through. People shouldn't say, "Oh, they just crazy." They're not. Everybody just can't handle things the way others can. Some people going through schizophrenia. They go through different types of mental health, but that don't mean you're crazy. A lot of people just not stronger than others. So I try to do things to protect my mental health. And what do I mean by that? I try not to put nothing in my space or enter anything that I know is not good for me. If I know something is not good for me, I don't do it. I don't try it. I just stay away. Whether it's people, places, or things. And all of those things can mess with your mental health. Your mental health is very important, whether it's physically or emotionally. I know I have came a long way with my anxiety, a long way. Because I was the type that would cry on a drop of a dime. I would cry about things that I know that I can't control. But I'm not saying I don't shed tears now. I'm not saying I don't shed tears now, but I'm a little bit stronger than what I used to be. You see what I'm saying? There are sometimes, you know how you see things and you have experienced these things, and sometimes you just shake your head about it. You just don't worry about it. Hold on, I got a phone call. But yes, Terry said PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. Some people go through that, but that don't mean, people try to label other people when they go through things like that. You can't label people when they going through, because some people, they might be going through a dramatic, like you said, it might be very dramatic. Like, Like a lot of the guys will go to the army and stuff. A lot of them come back with that because they have seen so much going on when they was out there on the battlefield. That don't mean they crazy because they that's one thing I don't do. I don't try to judge no one. If you're going through PSTD or anxiety or depression or whatever type of disorder you have, you're not alone. And there are people out there that deal with this every day. Some people overcome it and some don't. Like I said, a lot of people aren't as strong as others. That's why you should treat people right. You don't know what a person is dealing with. You don't know what a person is dealing with. You really don't. You don't know what a person, you don't know what it takes for a person to get out their bed. You don't know how a person can handle things. Some people are stronger than others. Like I said, I have came a long way. A long way. Because I was depressed so at one time, the thing I would do was just cry. I would just cry. But I have gotten stronger. My tears dried up, but I will shed some, but it's not as bad as I used to be. And I thank God. I know I owe all that to God for giving me the strength daily. Because when I got ready to speak for my uncle, for my uncle's funeral last other week, I was nervous. And I said, God, just give me the words. I was praying and asking him to give me the words to speak about my uncle because I want to say something about him. I did good up until the last part, that when the tears had started ready to come down. But I'm human. I am human. And we all, like I said, we all have things that we have to deal with on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Because no one's perfect. So I was just talking about our mental health. Our mental health, our self-care, all of that is very important. First thing we got to remember, we got to love ourselves. We got to love ourselves, love who you are. If it's something that you want to do to better you, do it for you, not for nobody else. Do it for you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. You know your struggles. You know how you feel. I can't sit here and say, Terry, you shouldn't do this. Why you doing that? I don't have that authority. I don't have, I'm not even licensed to even diagnose someone. I can't say Terry ain't got this or Terry ain't got that because I'm not a doctor. I'm just a YouTube creator. I share because based on some of the things that I have experienced in real life. And when you have been through some things and you can talk about it, about some of the things that you have overcome, you can inspire others. Yep. So they had to, in order for my anxiety to get kind of where it is now, they increased my medicine. They had to increase my medicine. But now I take it, but sometimes I feel like I don't even need it. But I still take it. That's what I feel. And I'm praying and I'm going to continue to pray and ask God to have it where I won't have to be on the medication because I had to let things go. I said I was going to be letting things go, let go and let God. That's what I had said. But sometimes I find myself getting overwhelmed. That's why I try not to let no one bother me on YouTube or any type of social media platform, because they're not worth my mental health. My mental health means a lot to me. It means a lot. So we're going to get into number 4. So remember, protect your mental health at all costs. Number 4 is bone health may decline later in your life. And this speak volumes because this is what happening to me. I have a deteriorating disease in my back. And it got arthritis, chronic pain. My doctor told me the other week I deal with a lot of inflammation. And they showed me my test where you can see how that inflammation and all that is in my back. Wear and tear, my bone use. It come from overuse over years working because I was a assembly worker. I stood up a lot while I was working. And it got to the point where it affect my bones, my nerves. So surgery is not the option for me right now. Surgery is not the option for me. I deal with it. Some days be good. Some days I be in more pain. But I don't come on here and ask for no sympathy. I don't say, if I be where I can't come on, y'all just don't see me. You know what I'm saying? I don't come on and say, oh yeah, my back hurting today or my legs. With some days I be doing my live stream. I ate, but if it get to a point where I can't do my live streams, I just won't come on. I mean, I have to look out for my health. You know what I'm saying? This social media gonna continue to be out here, I guess, as long as people are doing it. Because it seems like social media and electronics have already taken over, seem like to me. But bone health may decline later in life. Osteoporosis is a condition characterized by weakened bones. This will affect women, especially after menopause. Adequate calcium intake, vitamin D, and weight-bearing exercise are crucial for maintaining bone health. I've been doing some stretches. I don't record it, but I have been doing some stretches. My doctor gave me some things to do to work with my back and with my knees. I think last time I was doing my knees, I did record it, but I'm on a personal journey, so there's some things I might show, and there's some things I might not. Hey, Conscience, how you doing? Good to see you. That's one of my members. Good to see you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Y'all make sure y'all check out my members. They've been doing some good jobs on their channel. I see where you was walking the other day. Keep up the good work. Did you have a good Mother's Day? I'm talking about women's health. And I know you do a lot of wellness over there, whether you're sharing something for meditation or you sharing about natural healing and things like that. Thank you for continuing to put out that positivity. And I was talking about women health awareness, and I'm sharing 7 facts, and then I'm going to get into menopause. A lot of people, like I was talking about our mental health, everyone have mental health. And that don't mean there's something wrong with you, but you have to protect your mental health at all costs. If you don't want something to enter your space, you don't have to. You don't have to sit up there and listen to all that negativity. And if you see somebody downing you or someone treating you in a way that you shouldn't be treated, or in other words, you don't have to put up with people crap. You know what I'm saying? Because I know as YouTube creators, we do see a lot of trolls, and some of them say hurtful things. But I be like, they don't know me. They just talking. But I try not to let it get to me. I just said, well, if any moderators in here, just get them out. Because people don't know me. They just only speaking on what they think they know, or they just being silly and evil. That's how I look at it. But our mental health is very important, y'all. Don't let nobody label you or try to put you in a box to make you feel like if you're going through anxiety or you're going through depression or PSTD, Don't have a person make you feel like you're lesser than what you are. You are still worthy. Some people have more struggles than others. You see what I'm saying? And so number 4 is bone health, and that's what I deal with: joint problems because of over years wear and tear from working. And my disc, I got 2 discs that is messed up in my back. It's the L4 and 5, and it had me where I can't hardly bend at sometimes because of the wear and tear. It hurts. I be in chronic pain, but I don't come on here and talk about it. I share about it through. I try to put it in where I think it'll be helpful for someone else. I have did therapy. I have did a lot, but it seems like that pain never seems to go away completely. It still seems to nag. But surgery, I don't want them messing around with my back when it come down to my back. I just do the treatments. I just continue to keep praying, asking God to make me stronger. And now I'm doing some stretches and different things like that. She just told me to do those when I first get out of bed. Because sometimes, I'm just going to be honest, sometimes when I get to I try to sweep. If I sweep the floor for a long time, my back gonna start hurt because it's my lower back, and it does affect my left side of my body. So I do have bone health, and it's something I've been dealing with for the past 7 or 8 years. I just been going through treatments. I'd have had some surgery done, but I don't want them to keep cutting on me unless it's just at the point where I know it's going to help me. You see what I'm saying? Because I know I'm older, and like the older we get, we going to be faced with a lot of these different things. So that's what we're sharing today about women's health. Anything I have read today, it is for awareness. I'm not here to diagnose no one because I don't know what you're going through. But just know whatever you're going through, you're not alone. There are some people out there. I look at things like this. I have my issues, but there are some people out there in worse shape than me. So I have to thank God for what I can do. I can't worry about what I can't do. And that's some of the biggest problem in the world. We can't worry about what Sue got going on. Be happy for Sue. Wish her success. Wish her luck. Wish her well. And that's what people should do for everyone. Don't down them. Don't make them feel like they're not worthy. But I know some people probably don't think the way I think. A lot of people, they don't care if they hurt a person's feelings or not, But that's just them. But if you find yourself surrounded by those kind of people, they're not for you. If they got something to say about whatever you got going on or whatever you're doing, instead of trying, hey, Kenneth, instead of them trying to encourage you and keep you lifted up in prayer or saying some things that would help you, instead in trying to hurt you, they're not for you. So when God move people out your life, don't question him. Just say it's God doing. How you been doing, Kenneth? I hope all the mothers had a good Mother's Day yesterday. I had a good one. I thank God for the kids took me out, gave me some gifts and things like that. I appreciate them so much. And Kenneth, thank you for you sent me a email telling me Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. See what Terry said. We must remember some people stand on the broken parts or another person's life because they can't stand around. That's true. Let people live. Be happy, Be happy. Okay, number 4, like I said, is bone health, and that's some of the things that I do experience daily. I take vitamin D. I didn't had to take something to make my bones strength stronger. I get injections for pain, or if I have to, I've been going every week, But now they told me to come every 2 weeks. So I've been, like I said, go to your checkups, go do your treatments, whatever gonna make you feel better. Just take care of yourself. The main thing is taking care of yourself. I can say, Kenneth, go to the doctor, but you gotta want to go. You gotta want to take care of you. Cause I tell you one thing about me, I'm gonna go see about myself. I let everything else go, but I'm gonna make sure I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all number 5. We're gonna move along. Y'all don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support me, you can. I'm trying to see, is my members link being dropped? Terry, do you see it in my members link dropping? I think Nightbox went to sleep on my members. Y'all see it in the members link being dropped? I gotta see what's going on with Nightbox. She didn't went to sleep on my members link. Terry, have you seen any members link drop? I had a good day. I haven't seen no links drop today. Have you, Terry? Look out to see if you see it in my members link dropping. What's going on? Nightbox, are you asleep? Yeah, I had a good day. It was pretty good. I gotta go see what's going on with Nightbox. I'm gonna check it out when I get off. Now it ain't dropping no links. It was dropping links last week. Because I do have 9 members and I've been trying to put all of them links in my chat. Do y'all see any of y'all links? Did you see your link drop, Conscious? Nightbox must be asleep. I'm going to put him in timeout. He ain't doing his job. I don't see none of y'all links. I'm going to have to go back in and see what's going on. Conscious, you had a good Mother's Day yesterday? Nightbox, I'm going to get you. You ain't doing your job. But I'm going to give y'all number 5 and 6. I'm moving along. These are just some facts about women's health. I got to go back and see why the links are not being dropped. I've already been over those. Those are 1 and 2. Let's see what number 5 and 6 is. No, that's number 7. Okay, number 5. It's your life, a season all about you. Okay, number 5, facts about women's health. Healthy lifestyle choice make a difference. Adopting good habits can have a profound impact on women's health. We're talking about women's health because May is Women's Health Month, but it does include men too. Next month it'll be Men Health Month, so I'll be sharing some things about men. This includes maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular exercise, getting enough sleep, managing stress, and avoiding harmful substances like tobacco and excessive alcohol. So this is just like changing your lifestyle. I had to make up in my mind some things I got to change. And in order for me to want to change, I got to do it myself. Can't nobody say, you need to do this. I can't tell nobody in the chat. If it's something about your life that you want to change, you're going to have to be the one changing. Can't nobody else do it. People can support you. They can encourage you. They can motivate you. But can nobody tell you to put that alcohol down or anything else that you use? Because it's your business. But until you come to the turn or the fact and say, look, this is hurting my health. This is something I need to work with. It ain't dropping no links. I ain't seen no member link drop. Nightbox going to get it. Now let me see something. When I type in, it was acting up last week. I got to see what's going on with Nightbox. So I'm going to have to check it out because I don't see none of the members' link being dropped. And that's part of some of the things I want my members' channels to float in my chat whenever I'm going live, anytime I'm on a stream. I got to see what's going on with it. Go back and redo everything. And Nightbox is tricky. You know what I mean? It's it's just like he got his own mind. But when you have Nightbox, you have to be the one to fix it where it can be able to drop the things. I'm trying to see some. So number 5 is healthy lifestyle choice that make a difference. And shout out to everybody that's doing something to better themselves for them. Because what I do it for me. I'm doing things to better myself. I know it's some things that when it comes down to my foods and my weight and stuff like that, I know there's some things I got to be better at, but I got to be the one to do it. Can't nobody tell me I should. I already know these things. So that's why I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress when it comes down to changing my lifestyles and trying to make a difference for my health. You see what I'm saying? But you got to be the one. Anybody that's working on them, I shout you out. I'm happy for you. Because these are some of the things that you choose to do to better your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle. Yep, it ain't doing nothing now. I don't know what Nightbox got going on. I got to go back and see if he's a moderator again. Yeah, Terry, you was talking about, okay, I'm reading what you're saying. Okay. Learn about Ecclesiastes moments from a female rapper, life coach. That's great. That's great. Ecclesiastes moments are a time, a day where you meet your personal needs and personal wants. Not having inclusive moment will cause a decline in physical health. Okay, that's true. But yes, this is number 5, guys. Like I said, I see a lot of people are walking. I see a lot of people sharing their different lifestyles because that's what they choose to do. Some people are on some people have to be on their own personal journeys. It's something that they want to deal with them and God. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Whatever you're doing to better yourself for you, do that for you, not for nobody else. And so I'm going to get into number 6. I'm going to share about number 6. It was 7 that I want to share. So let me get into number 6 and let me get number 6. So number 6 here. Okay. This is number 6. Hey Frank, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I see you've been sharing the updates on the games and stuff. I saw you had shared something about Michael Jordan. I don't know, was it yesterday or the day before? I remember seeing it. So he's making a comeback. I know he even played no sports. I'm just sharing some things about women's health. June is Men Health Month, so I will be sharing some information about men health. I think my Nightbox sleep, y'all, because he ain't dropping nobody link. Type Troopers and see if y'all link gonna drop, Frank. I think he went to sleep. One of y'all type Troopers. I'm trying to see if the link's being dropped. I'm trying to see if Nightbot doing anything. I'm at to fire him. Cause he been acting up. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put him back. I gotta see what's going on. There's something going on with Nightbox again. I see the links ain't being dropped. He might then got knocked out of the box. I don't know what it happened, but I figure it out when I get off. Yeah, I don't see your link drop. It's something going on with him. He didn't went to sleep or he don't want to work today. But okay, we're gonna get into number 6. These are some facts about women's health. This is for commentary. This is not me diagnosing anyone or telling no one about their health. Only you know your body. Only you know what you go through daily. Only you can say what I want to try to do to better myself. And it go for men too. Whatever you're doing to better yourself, good for you. Good for you. But can't nobody tell you what to eat, what not to eat, or what to do, or what you shouldn't do. Only you can make those decisions. Yes, only you can make those decisions about what you want to do with your life. Me, myself, I know what I need to do. And I've been trying. Sometimes I get, I, hold on, y'all. Y'all don't hear no echo, do you? Hold on. I think I didn't got an echo somewhere. I'll be right back. I think I got it. Y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? That's true, Terry. That is so true. But number 6, women are at higher risk for certain illnesses and conditions. Like I said, this is just commentary. Certain health conditions, including autom- autoimmune diseases like lupus and multiple sclerosis, and as well as thyroid disorder. Like me, I do have an autoimmune disease because I take thyroid medicine. So this is some of the things that I deal with, um, as well as thyroid disorders such as hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism are more common among women than men. Understand that these risks are empowered women to take productive steps toward. Can you see that bottom? That's why you see me sharing things about different topics like thyroids and anxiety, and these are some of the things that happens in my real life. And I know that a lot of other women are going dealing with thyroid issues and depression and anxiety and things like that. So I try to use my platform as a way of awareness and advocacy to help others along with myself. Okay, let me get to that other part. I was trying to read that bottom line right there. I think I cut it by mistake. Let's see. But I hope everybody has had a good day. I know it's been raining here for the last couple of days. It was raining real bad yesterday. It was a wet Mother's Day yesterday. So number 6, I'm trying to read number 6 again. Okay, they said certain health conditions including autoimmune diseases like lupus and multiple sclerosis, as well as thyroid disorders such as hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism, are more common among women than men. Understanding these risks can empower women to take proactive steps toward prevention, treatments, and management. So if anybody going through any autoimmune disease like lupus, multiple sclerosis, thyroid disorder, anybody going through any of those type of things, that's something that women do deal with. After they took that tumor from my neck, I had to end up being on a replacement medicine. They have to give me thyroid medicine for my to replace uh, my thyroid because they removed it. And all our bodies have to put out hormones and stuff like that. And sometimes, if I don't take my medication, I'll be so I will be so tired. I feel tired. I have a lot of fatigue. I'll be just getting around here like I'm about to pass out because it helped with my mood swings and stuff like that. And and they told me I have to take that medicine every day. I'm not where I'm able to do natural medication. I don't know much about natural medication. I only take what was prescribed to me. And they told me I got to take this thyroid medicine for the rest of my life. I take blood pressure medicine. I got about 4 or 5 different kind of pills that I'm taking daily, from blood pressure to thyroid to anxiety to pain. That's just what I deal with. But sometimes I be tired. When I'm tired, like I said, when I don't feel like showing my face or coming on, I just don't come on. But lately I've been doing pretty good. I've been just plenty of rest. You know, sometimes I have those flare ups when my leg swells and fluid builds up. I take precautions and do what I need to do to make sure I make it through the day. But these are some of the things that said women are higher to have risk of autoimmune disease. And that from lupus. They thought I had lupus, but it wasn't that. I was tested for lupus. My numbers was showing like I had it. It was like, when you get your blood work and stuff like that shows a lot. Y'all don't know when they draw blood from you, they be running all types of tests. When they tell you to come in and do lab work, they're checking your thyroid level, they're checking to see if your cholesterol high, they're checking to see if you got any type of infection or bacteria. That blood work shows a lot. When they said, come in, we need to run some labs on you, just know they're just not taking labs for nothing. They're taking because, like when you go to the emergency room, right? They when you go to the emergency room, so you go in there and say you go in there for your, like me. I'm gonna tell y'all about me, right? um, I know I was having a problem with my back. I've been having a problem with my back for years, but that particular time, my back would hurt me so bad, and I found out I was pregnant. Like I said, I thought I was pregnant at 44 years old. But I went to the emergency room and I told the people my back would hurt. And I said, oh, because I knew I was already having issues with my back way before now. Like I said, my issues started years and years ago, but I never knew what was going on. But every time I would go to their company doctor, like I said, I was working at a plant where I had to stand and try to use my hands and run behind chickens and stuff. And I already had surgery on one of my shoulders. My hand kept on messing with me, going numb and different stuff like that. And my back was bothering me. I was just like, something just ain't right. I just kept saying, and I know I got men's in the chat. Seems like I got more men's in the chat today than women. But that's good. Then I got people in the bushes. That's also great. But I don't know if y'all know what menstrual cycles is. So over here I talk about it a little bit all. But I'm thinking, because I didn't see my menstrual cycle, I'm thinking, I'm going through menopause. That's going to be my next topic when I get off of this right here. I thought I was just going through menopause, y'all. Because my back was hurting. Like I said, after you get over 40, you start going into menopause when you start reaching the age 40 something. And I'm like, 44, okay. I knew I went on no kind of birth control. I'm thinking, no, I can't get pregnant. I'm just thinking that to myself. And my back hurt me so bad, I went to the emergency room. First thing they said, we're going to test you to see if you're pregnant. I'm like, what? I'm like saying to myself, I know I can't be that because I'm too old. That's what I'm saying to myself, right? Shoot. They draw blood to see if I had any type of bacteria or any type of infection or anything like that. Boy, them folk came back after they took that blood. I said, that blood work in your urine, it tells a lot about your body. Hey, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm just talking about women's health. I just went over, I got one more facts to share about women's health. And I was just been over here sharing about how important it is to get your checkups and your pap smears, your mammograms. It's important to get all those things done. Your cervical screening, your cancer screening. Get all those things, your breast you'll get your breast exam. Get all those things taken care of. A lot of people go get their mammogram. You start getting mammogram at 40 when you reach the age 40. Some people probably go every year. Some might go every 2 years. But a lot of people go get their pap smear between 3 to 6 or a year. It's important to get those screening. Oh, you do? All right, then. Yes. It's very important. I worked in OBGYN. That's right. It's very important. So over here on my channel, I like to share, information. I'm not here to diagnose anyone because I'm not licensed to tell nobody what they got going on. I only speak on things that I have been experienced and have shared in my own life. And I use my platform for encouragement, wellness, and motivation. And I was just speaking on when I found out I was pregnant at 44 because I'm thinking I couldn't have no more children. I'm thinking they said I was going through menopause, which I'll be talking about. And when I went to the emergency room, they told me I was pregnant. I mean, what? I cried. I didn't know what. I'm like, what? I just was still in shock because I got 2 grown kids. You hear me? Both my kids, I would say my son was like, well, he was like 17. I think he was 17. My daughter way in her 20s. And I'm like, what? And they like, Mama, what you and my dad have been doing? And the first thing my kids. And I'm like, could this be? And they were like, yes, you're pregnant. And wow, I was in shock. But yeah, I was like, how could this be? I'm 56 now, right? So I had a miscarriage because my body, my mind, my body, it wasn't even strong enough. My doctor said I was 8 weeks when I had a miscarriage. And that was one of the hurtful things for me to go through, but I was able to deal with it and bounce back. God was so good. And that's why I say if anybody went through any type of miscarriage or anything like that, that is a bad thing to go through, especially like I said, when I found out I was pregnant, it was I was emotional. I was like, how could this be? Then I started, I was like, when this child come, I'm gonna be 45 years old. I'm just saying to myself, what? It's just like I have to start over, but it's possible. You can't have kids after 40, but you'll just be in a higher risk. Like you said, because you worked in OB, you worked in one. So I don't know what's going on with Nightbox Conscious. He's not dropping links. I think he done went to sleep today. I gotta maybe put him back in try to see what's going on. But like I said, if you'd have had a miscarriage, that was one thing that I wouldn't wish on no one. It was horrible. It was the mental impact I got from it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was emotional. I was emotional when I found out I was pregnant at the age I was. And after I got my mind and start trying to adjust that I'm gonna be a mom close to 50, yeah, I had started getting like prepared. I was, me and my family, my husband, he walk around like he still got it. Like, I still got it. I'm like, man, sit down somewhere. He walk around like, I still got it, ain't I? I'm like, go sit down somewhere. Like, you kind of bragging on himself. Like, man, sit your old down. But, we had started getting, was getting ready to be prepared to have this baby. But I always say we might understand when things happen, but God be knowing what's best. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand it back then, but as I went on, because I continued to have health issues. After then, like my issues was starting to get, my health. I was going back to the doctor for my thyroids and everything just was turning for me. And when I had the miscarriage, that was emotional. It got to me. I thought it was something I did wrong. Because you have that feeling like, what did I do wrong? And then the doctor was telling me with my age and my genes and all the other issues I was dealing with, that the pregnancy was going to be very high risk. I was going to be very, it was going to be very hard for me. But one particular day, I don't know. I don't know if a lot of men don't want to hear it, but one particular day, that's how I knew something went right. Because the last time I had went to my OB, they was telling me I was about 8 weeks. And they was like, I think at 8 weeks, you do start seeing images of the baby or the fetus. They were just showing me on a sonogram that I was 8 weeks and everything. That was like a week before I had the miscarriage, right? And I'm like, okay, I got to get prepared for this. Mentally, I got to get prepared. And I'm not emotional now, but when I used to talk about it, it used to have me all teary-eyed. But like I said, I have got stronger mentally when it come down to stuff like this. But it do hurt. It still hurt. I saw what my body went through. I don't want to just get into details about what a miscarriage and what it did to me. Like when it came down to my physical part, I just saw how everything disappeared. There was no more fetus, no baby, because I was bleeding. I was like, why am I bleeding? I didn't, because that was my first time ever experiencing that. Because I had both of my kids through C-section, right? Well, this is a wellness channel. I be talking about everything when it comes down to our mind, body, and soul. So, and I was like, what's going on? I had to I was at work that day. I remember leaving work. I went to the bathroom and I felt like something wasn't right. So I went to the bathroom and I saw what I saw. And I went to the nurse station, and I think they had called my daughter, and they called the ambulance. They called the ambulance on the job, and they were saying I need to go see my OB. And that's when I got up there, they told me I was having a miscarriage. And I'm like, and after they showed me the sonogram, I got very emotional. And I was saying, where's my baby? I said, where's my baby? Because they was showing me on the stream, it's just like it didn't even exist no more. I'm like, and I was having a miscarriage. I think I'm getting a little emotional. Even though it been, woo, I would have had I think it would have been maybe 15, something like that. Yeah. But I always have said, God be knowing what best. Because right after I had the miscarriage, my body started going through changes. I said about 2 years later, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So God saw what I was going through with my health, and it just wasn't for me. It just, sometimes we don't realize why things happen until I got where I was diagnosed with cancer. I was already having issues with my thyroid before I had the miscarriage. And all that came into play with what was going on until I was diagnosed later on that I had a tumor, and it said it was cancerous. So I guess that it did explain a lot what I went through when I was having a miscarriage. My body just wasn't strong enough. It wasn't, I was old. You can put it like that. My body, I couldn't have carried it. But I was 8 weeks, and I didn't never know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I just know it was hurtful not seeing on that stream that a baby did not even exist anymore. I cried. My husband, he was, like I said, we were getting prepared. We were gonna be some old parents, but we was getting prepared. And after then, I got my tubes tied, and you know, yeah, the body makes an executive decision. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, yeah. So talk. Are you new to me? Are me and you connected? Let me see if me and you connected. I think we connect. I believe I done seen your channel before. Let me go see. But welcome though. I think we already connected. Are we? Yeah, we are. Okay. I just see you just did some 14 minutes ago. My night box ain't dropping links, but if y'all want to connect with Top, a moderator probably have to drop your link. I gotta see what's going on with Nightbox. Yeah, like he on strike today. I don't know what's going on with, but he ain't dropping links like he's supposed to. I just went to your channel. I see you just did. Hey, but Files, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Monday. Just over here talking about women's health. Called May is Women's Health Month. And I was just sharing about when I had a miscarriage, how it affected me mentally. It was something that I never experienced, and that's something I won't wish on no one. Yeah. Is that a AL where Nightbox where it dropped different channels, but he seemed, I mean, he had like he don't want to work today. I don't know what's going on. But you like drop links when people type troopers. I gotta go in and see what's going on. But if y'all want to connect with Top Bottom Hair, they came in, they shared some information. They said they have worked in a OB office, and they hear what I'm talking about over here. And like I said, I speak on stuff that I have experienced myself, miscarriage and all that, going through menopause. And that's what's going to be my next topic, just talking a little bit menopause. But I'm going to do another show. I will be sharing women's health all month. But I was just reading about the conditions that women be in risk of autoimmune disease like lupus, multiple sclerosis, and thyroid disorder. That's what I had, a thyroid disease, but it had turned to cancer. So they had to end up moving my thyroid glands, and I'm on medication for the rest of my life. But after I went through all that, it just seemed like everything when it comes to my health. Yeah, I see uh when it come down to my health, seemed like everything went down after I went through the cancer diagnosis. I started having other health issues, and some things I have overcome, and there's still some things that I'm struggling with, but I never lose faith. I never lose faith. I keep asking God to continue to strengthen me, even on the days I might not even feel like, going through it stuff. But I want to ask Him, and I believe in Him so much that, because when I went through my cancer diagnosis, it just wasn't my time. It just wasn't for me to go through some of the things that the doctor thought I was gonna have to go through. But I didn't have to. I didn't even have to do no. Postman did radiation, but like I said, I tell anybody, when nobody but God. I didn't have to do no treatments, none of those things. But it was in the plan to be going that way. But God was in charge. We listen at those doctors, but God do have the final say so. You gotta believe that though. You gotta believe it. Because when I went back and was getting ready to get prepared, getting ready to prepare, and I shared my testimony a million times. When I was prepared for radiation, they had called me back to the cancer center, and they told me, "Ain't no need of you going through that. It ain't no need for you. We just set that up. You don't have to go through radiation." Those words the doctors told me, God has healed you. And I'd never forget those words that doctor told me, which I already had knew that God was in the midst of it. Cause I put him in it, I put him in everything I do. They told me, we know what we seen. They said, we know what we seen. Those folks they had to go back and double test me to make sure that they didn't see no more cancer. They said, God heal you. They said, God healed you. And that right there just, I mean, I already know He was real. But if you have not experienced and went through something for yourself to know that He's real, I can't tell you. You got to be the went through it for yourself. So I just, I get all overwhelmed about that because I know what I had to deal with. But I can't say God is good. I'm still standing. Even though there are some things I still have to overcome, but I know I'm gonna be all right. So I'm gonna get to this last part right here to say this is number 7. If you go back and watch my beginning of my live stream, I have shared 7 facts about women's health. I shared 7 facts. So this is gonna be number 7. And like I said, this is for educational, entertainment purposes only. Um, this is number 7. Access to the quality health care is essential. Women often face gender biases and disparities in health care, resulting in delayed diagnosis and substandard treatment. Accessibility to affordable, comprehensive health care is critical for women in order to address the unique health needs. This includes access to preventive services, reproductive health care, maternal care, and treatment for chronic issues. As we observe Women Health Awareness Month, let's commit to supporting and advocating for the well-being of women everywhere. Patronizing women's health isn't just important in May, it's a year-round commitment that benefits us all. And that's true. They don't acknowledge it as a awareness in May, but our health is important every day. Every day. That's why you see me sharing things about health. If I sometimes I share things about the foods, the benefits of the foods, and things like that because I know what I go through. I know some of the things that I want to do to help benefit me that I want to get better at. So it's good to educate yourself. It's good to um thank you, Terry. You dropped a link. It's good to all right then. Thank you for coming in. It's good to be the author of your own life. Be the author of your own story. Be the one that wanna you got to want to do better. You got to want yourself to feel better. You know, there's some things that can't nobody do but you. So I try to use my platform as a place where, I have panels. Sometimes people come up and share about some of the things they have overcome and some of the things that they are dealing with. Yeah, you could be your own advocate. That's what I'm saying. I use my platform to advocate for different wellness and awareness. I share about my cancer diagnosis. I share about my anxiety, my joint problem, my chronic pain. I share about those things because there are people out there that are dealing with these things. So my platform is where I can say I like to share awareness and advocate for myself and others. And then I have a spread shop. I have a shirt. I have a store with spread shop. I'm always making shirts. Like this shirt right here. I'm gonna let y'all see my shirt. But this is the last of the facts I want to show. To wrap this up with these 7, you got to want to care about yourself. You got to be wanting to take care of you. You got to love who you are. Can't nobody say, Georgia girl, you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing this because they have not walked in my shoes. They don't know. They don't know my story. They only know what I tell them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, this is my shirt here. There was a shirt I did. This shirt right here I did 6 years ago. It's got purple, teal, different colors. That is thyroid color. And this picture right here is a picture of me when I was diagnosed. I had just had my thyroid surgery. I was wearing a scarf and stuff like that. But I did this shirt and it's still, spread shirt does have some good quality stuff. The colors of the fabrics and stuff like that. But I have mental health shirts. I have breast cancer. I do different awareness every, different months or whatever I'm talking about a topic. I will be sharing some things about mental health, which I did mention some mental health today about mental health. It's not, people shouldn't label people that deal with mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody go through something every day. People are going through stuff every day. We might not know what they're going through, but people are dealing with stuff every day. Like I always say, if I can't lift you up over here on my channel, I won't tear you down. But that was my first part of my show. I'm gonna just read a little. My second part, I want to talk about menopause, but I'm gonna do a part two. But I'm just gonna share what menopause is, and when I do my second show, I'll be sharing more information about it. A lot of people don't know what menopause is, and a lot of people don't know when menopause starts. Okay, I gotta put that in there. I'm just gonna tell y'all what menopause is, then I'm gonna do another part on it. Like I said, this is commentary. It's not to diagnose anyone or tell anyone about their body. Only you know your body. But after you get a certain age, you will experience menopause. That's just part of our life. Women go through menopause daily. And like I said, I was going through menopause when I found out I was pregnant. I didn't think I didn't think I could have no more kids, but that's what had happened. But it just wasn't meant for me to carry the child. So, well, like I said, I want to thank the ones that did give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's see. This is the last segment I'm gonna talk about tonight. I'll probably do a testimony Tuesday tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it a little early. I don't have to go nowhere tomorrow. I usually have to go my treatment, but I don't have to go tomorrow. So I might come on and talk about some things tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'll share some more awareness. Practically all week, I'll be doing all month. I'll be sharing different topics. Trying to get some here. And Terry, thank you for supporting and hanging in here with me. Mm. Okay, this is what I want to talk about right here. Okay. The next segment is about what is menopause. But I'm not making on another show. I get more into the hot flashes and things, or how you should cope with your hot flashes. I know I have them. Woo. I used to be wondering how people, what was going on with people, how they was sweating the way they was, right? Until I started experiencing for myself. I'm like, woo, I see what that lady Annabelle was going through. I used to be like, why is she sweating like that? And I didn't know what hot flashes was back then because I wasn't experiencing them. But now I can tell you. So my next segment was about menopause. And this is something women do go through. This is a natural decline in reproductive hormones when a woman reaches her 40s or 50s. Menopause is a signal by 12 months since last menstruation. Common symptoms include hot flashes, vaginal dryness. There may be also sleep disturbance. Combination of these, hold on. Combinations of these symptoms can cause anxiety and depression. Menopause is a natural process with treatments that focus on sympathetic relief. You know, there are treatments for menopause. Some people, you know, take medication. I guess it's all depending on how bad the menopause can be. You know, there are things you can take for to treat things like vaginal dryness, treatment with topical lubricants or estrogen. Medication can reduce the severity of frequent or hot flashes. In special circumstances, oral hormone therapy may be used. Some people go through therapy and different things like that. So you start going through menopause when you reach the age 40 something. And see, when I found out I was pregnant, I was going through menopause. That's why I was like, I know this ain't right. But anytime you still see a period and it don't come on, 9 times out of 10, you might be pregnant, or you probably just going through menopause. And I'm thinking I was just going through menopause when I did find out I was pregnant that year. Hey, Miss Key, how you doing? Your sister had hot flashes. Woo, child. You doing all right, Miss Key? Honey, I can tell you about them. That's my kid. They be like, Mama, what? You all right? You start sweating, you be hot. I could be riding in the car. My sure I'd be quick. Mama, why you sweat? We got the air on. I was a girl, get them hot flashes. Well, that's good. I was just sharing some things about women's health. Yep. Well, I'm about to tune off, but I'm gonna be doing more topics on women health all this month. And I do want to thank Top Bottom for coming in. If y'all have not, and girl, I don't know what's going on with Nightbox. He ain't dropping nobody link now. I gotta find out what's going on with that. So I don't see nobody link been dropped today. He sleep or some. I don't know where he at. He acting up every single week. But I do want to thank everybody who did come over. But like I said, menopause is part of life. This is something women go through. But you only start going through it when you get between 45 and 55. They said menopause typically, hold up. No, when people type troop, it won't even come on. It was working when I was live. Was it working yesterday, Mickey? Because I was live for a few minutes yesterday, a little bit yesterday. I don't know what's going on with it. I figure might get a chance to. But let me tell you, they said menopause typically occurs between the ages of 45 and 55. The average age of menopause in the United States is 52. Okay. See, I'm 56, so I'm going through it. I'm going through it. It ain't dropping no links. I don't know what's going on. It was dropping yesterday. I guess he sleep today. But menopause is defined as the permanent cessation of menstrual periods, which occurs when the ovaries no longer produce significant levels of estrogen and progesterone. It's usually diagnosed when a woman has not had a period for 12 consecutive months. If you don't see your period, okay, if you're at the age of 45 through 55, if you haven't seen your period a whole year, either you're going through menopause or you're pregnant. Now, you still can get pregnant after 45. I know, but I just couldn't have it. I had a miscarriage. So anytime you notice your body going through any type of changes, and when it comes down to the hot flashes, whew, I tell you. So they said to cope with hot flashes, focus on a lifestyle modification like staying cool, managing triggers, and incorporating stress reduces practice. Consider hormone therapy or other medication of lifestyle changes are insufficient and discuss these options with your healthcare provider. If you having hot flashes and they're not under control, you probably need to check with your medical provider. I've experienced it. I've been sweating, seem like I be doing like this. It'd be like a hot, Miss Key, you ain't going through it. How you here? Now you still in your 30s, ain't you? Anybody in their 30s, they probably ain't experienced it, but from 45 up until 55, you gonna go through it. And it used to be the lady working beside me, right? And we was working in like a hot plant. The plant was hot. It was like we was working on light fixtures and stuff, right? And I used to be saying, "Oh, they better put a fan on that lady." She used to be so. Now, I was in my 20s and 30s then, and I didn't know what hot flashes was until I seen her, how she was just sweating. I mean, sweat was just popping off for her. And she said, "Girl, you don't know nothing about it, but now I can tell her." But she's no longer here. But I can say I know what a hot flash is. But there's a here more details of how you can cope with hot flashes. Stay cool. You got to wear some certain type of clothes where you able to get some air. Dress in loose, breathable clothes like cotton or linen, and wear layers that you can easily remove. You have to dress when you know you got menopause. Dress according to what you go through. You know, them kids were looking at me like I was crazy. You 53? You ain't started experiencing hot flashes yet? You know, like they said, sometimes it happened at 55. I'm 56, so but mine's already had got started. Mine's already got started. So you don't experience any type of menopause, you know, because when you're, I don't know what Terry to tell or not, but some man, he all right. He probably heard his sister talk about it. But when you don't see your period, that's a first sign right now. When you stop seeing your period and it don't come on at a long period of time, if you don't think you're pregnant, it's got to do with your menopause. Yep. But it's a lot of stuff I didn't know back then. As I got older, I learned, you know, you can learn a lot of stuff about your body. Isn't it good to know a lot of things about your body? You see, I've been on the herbal regiment pre-menopause. Oh, okay. You're in the pre-menopause state. Yeah. You probably ain't got to the full, you probably ain't where you full menopause yet. I think I'm full menopause because I have those hot flashes and woo child. Especially like if I'm traveling, I be about even though the air can be on or I might be cool. Like sometimes you be hot, sometimes you be cool. It just all depends on your hormones, really. Yep, all depend on your hormones. So there is saying some ways to cope with menopause. I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna be finished with this segment here. Then I won't have to come back. They said stay cool, wear loose clothing where you could be able to breathe, you know, um, be in a better, like a good environment, you know, like it's going to be summertime. And if you know you having hot flashes, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids. Drink plenty of fluids so you won't get dehydrated. They said keep your home cool by using fans or conditioning, taking take a cold shower, make sure you stay hydrated, drink plenty of water, and consider drinking cold fluids during while you have a hot flashes. Drink you some cold. That should cool you off. And make sure you be where you stay be around a lot of air because you don't want to get too hot and be dehydrated and pass out. You know what I'm saying? And take a cold shower. That should help cool you down. They said manage trigger diet, avoid trigger foods and drinks like spicy food. These are some of the triggers that if you have a hot flash, this is like what triggers are. I don't eat a whole lot of spicy food. I was telling Miss Key about that today. I don't, you know, like when I get my hot wings, they have to be mild. And like if I get some Mexican food or I don't really want it to be too spicy because I have acid reflux. So avoid trigger foods and drinks like spicy foods, alcohol, caffeine. And if you smoke, quit smoke. Like they say, if you smoke, quitting can reduce the frequency, severity of hot flashes. Wow. Stress. Stress causes a lot of problem, y'all. stress. Stress causes a lot of problems. Nikisa, I know somebody that deal with it. They have to sleep with a fan by their. Yeah, girl, you have to stay cool. You still here, but yeah, I was just going over some things how you can cope with your hot flashes. Um, Stay cool. Nikisa, she knows somebody. Some people have to have their fan on them all. I'm saying some people have fans on them during the winter months. And I be saying to myself, why they got them fans on? But they probably going through menopause. They probably having hot flash. Mickey, you live? I know you normally be live. I'm finna gonna wrap this up. You live? I know you working on your watch hours. Are you live? Or you ain't went yet? Y'all make sure y'all support my members. My members are the ones that got badges by their name. If you want to connect with some of them, you probably have to tap on their name. I don't know why Nightbox is not dropping, but I got to find out. Yeah, and make sure you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Thank you, Terry. And I hope you enjoy your cup. You say you got your mug today. You got to do some coffee or some cocoa or some tea, and let me see you drinking your cup now. So those are just some of the things that can help someone that's going through hot flashes. Just stay cool. That's the main thing. Try to stay cool. Try not to get dehydrated. A lot of people have their fan on. I don't see how they do it in the wintertime. I'm trying to see what she said. Trying to subscribe to everyone. You here? Okay. Miss Kia, somebody drop her link. Can one of y'all drop top bottom link? If y'all want to connect with her, me and them are already connected. But I know I had seen her name before. You said vitamins. Oh yeah. You said vitamin is a super important. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people do take vitamins, to get them energy. Some people take them for when their blood is low, different stuff like that. But yeah, maintain a healthy weight can elevate hot flashes. Okay. They said mind body practice, like explore practice, like I don't know about that, hypnosis, cognitive behavior therapy, and mindful meditation. Now, meditation, like listen to some soft music or vitamin D. Yeah, that's good. Listen to some soft music. Meditate. Just make sure you keep yourself calm, relaxed, and cool. Take a cold shower if that's what it's gonna take for you to cool off. And yeah, consider professional help. Some people do acupuncture. I heard of acupuncture, but I never did it. A lot of people say they have done that where they stick those needles in your skin, and I never did that. So you see, I don't like needles. I'm being honest, I really don't like needles, but I know I have to get stuck when I get my blood drawn. But this is what I've been talking about today, and I'll be coming back sharing more information. Like I said, I'm not here to diagnose anyone. I just share about wellness, awareness. I try to encourage myself. I try to keep myself encouraged about some of the things that I have dealt with and some of the things that I'm still trying to overcome. So if anybody going through any of these things that I have talked about today, just know you're not alone. There are people out there. If you don't want to share with your family or someone about what you're going through, there are numbers out there that you can get help, like just support. It is good to have a support system if you're going through any type of illnesses, depression, anxiety, or if you're grieving, if you're going through anything. Sometimes you can talk to people about it. I have had people come on my panel and have shared things with me when they were going through when I do testimony Tuesdays, they have shared things that, and tomorrow is testimony Tuesday. I probably be on tomorrow. If anybody want to come up tomorrow is testimony Tuesday. We want to share about some things that you have overcome. So I have had people come up on the panel, and the one thing about me, I'm a good listener. I don't judge no one because I have things that I'm dealing with. That's why you never know what a person is going through unless you have walked in their shoes. So that note, I have enjoyed everybody. I hope my live has been helpful to someone. Just know, like I said, it's good to want to get your checkups, because checkups and tests does early detections can save lives. You know how sometimes we be like, I don't know if I'm going to the doctor today. If you got an appointment coming up when it concerning your health, if it's something you need to know about what's going on with you, get yourself to see about. Don't wait until something happens. You know, I know a lot of us does do that because we be afraid to go to the doctor, be scared because you don't want to know what they tell you. But if you know your body, and if you know that you're not like your body's not doing like it's supposed to, get yourself checked out. I'm just here to encourage. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, anything like that. But just always remember you're not alone. And there's somebody out there might be going through some of the same things that you're dealing with. And you never know your story, your testimony, some of the things that you went through could inspire others. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. I don't know who's live now. Miss Key probably live. I did see some of my members came in. Thank y'all, Georgia Truth, for coming in. Thank you, top bottom, for tuning in. Let's make sure we connect with them. Thank you, Terry. You toughed it out with me. I was talking about periods and all kind of stuff. I said, I'm sure he got aunts and sisters, and I'm sure he know what all that is. But over here, like I said, I just put out commentary. I'm not here to diagnose anyone. I don't even diagnose myself. I make sure I tell my healthcare provider about anything that's different going on with me, or if it's something I'm trying different, I let them know. Because anytime you change your diet, your medication, anything that you doing to try to make change, always consult your doctors. Let them know what's going on. Because if something go on, at least it'll be on your file. It'll be where you know. So thank y'all for coming in. I hope this live be helpful to someone. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support my channel through membership or any other support, you can. Um, Tomorrow's testimony Tuesday. I probably come on a little bit early if anybody want to share anything about what they got going on and what they're still trying to overcome. I will have an open panel tomorrow. So then Wednesday be Wellness Wednesday. I'm gonna get back into more women's health. I probably talk about fibromyalgia, some of the things that I had to struggle with, and that's basically what I do. I talk about things that I have dealt with and things that I'm still trying to overcome. I don't know why my night box like he didn't want to work tonight, so I got to figure out what's going on with him. Because when I type Georgia, I'm not getting anything. Anybody live? Miss Key, are you live? Miss Key probably live. She's also working on her watch hour. Less support. It takes support to get those watch hours. I had people to help me. There was people watching my playlist and sharing me out. It does make a difference. It really do. I did shout it out my members today. I hope they seen where I shouted them out. I want them to know how much I do appreciate them. Um, but I'm gonna get on off here. I missed American Idol. I guess I'm gonna have to watch replay or whatever to see did they put Jamal out. I hope he win. I really do. But all right, you guys. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, that is top bottom link. All right. Y'all make sure y'all check top out. I'm gonna go over there. I know you just did some like you had put up some on your channel a little while ago, top. I just went over there. I'm gonna go over there and leave a comment and watch and see what you did today. You had did something like about 15 or 20 minutes ago, Dean. Thank you, Terry. Terry been taking up what Nightbox ain't doing tonight. I see he dropped some links and he been sharing some different stuff. Nightbox, I'm gonna fire you because you just won't do right. He work when he wanna work. Okay. Yeah, I saw what you had just when I went to your channel because I was like, yeah, we connected. I know I had seen your name before. Let's continue to support one another. So what you mostly do on your channel, top bottom? I'm finna go over here now. What do you mostly do on your channel? I see it's about skincare. So you share a lot about skincare, or you do a lot of self-care products, or what you mostly do? I'm going to your channel if I can leave a comment. Y'all make sure y'all watch my channel. They got them ads on here, y'all. Lord Jesus. So you do a lot of okay. Oh, that's your business page. Okay, I'm just looking at your you had just did some. We learned from our first pop-up shop. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna let it play. I'm just looking at it. So you that's your business page. So you have what are your business? You do skincare or something like that? And I gotta share some things about my son. He got some products and stuff about wellness. So I'm gonna watch your I got it. I'm putting a comment on. I'm gonna go and watch it and see what all you were saying. I got it on this other phone right here because I don't want to play on the live. Oh, okay. You do stuff about wellness too? Okay. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Wellness is important, you know, it's very important. Well, all right, you guys. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And this month you'll be seeing a lot of different topics on different things about women health. Next month is men health. So we'll be sharing some things about men health. I think more men are going to the doctor now because a lot of men don't like to go to the doctor. My husband liked to go. So he started having old blood pressure problem, different things going on. Now he have to take the medicine, make sure that it cause his doctor be telling, look, you don't get that cholesterol down or that he got his cholesterol down. He was taking medication for that. Now he don't have to take cholesterol pill. He just take blood pressure. But I take different types of medication. It be a struggle sometimes, but I said, Lord, keep working with me. Well, all right, y'all. I was just writing a comment on your video, letting you know that I was here watching. I got it on this other phone right here. I don't know who's live now, but if anybody live, y'all want to, I think Miss Key, she one of my members. She might be live. She normally go live at night. She's working on her watch hours. And if y'all want to tune in to her, y'all can. And you love going to the doctor? Okay then. Look, Terry, I go. I know I go. Woo, child. Sometimes I believe I go too much. I have to go for my routines, like my blood work. I have to go get my treatments for my joints. I have to take pain management for that, and my thyroid issue. I go a lot. So it ain't like I don't go. I go a lot. I don't like to be in pain, and I'd have to deal with it some days. Well, all right, y'all have a good night. And I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. If nothing don't happen, y'all continue to stay blessed. Thank y'all for stopping by. The ones that did come in, thank y'all for giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all continue to stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always stay what? Prayed up. And until next time, bye-bye.